work and happiness.
Farm Channel eye dwumadie sonko a ya hyeda hyehyɛ ediama obi a nani agikwa adwuma enuane ene ekonkuma empuntuo Farm Channel yi eye akonya yede abua kuaye dobaye emuanyen ene esomunam ehu dwumadie a yede adwefofo afutuo ama wokuaye no etimi aye efaso pii ediama wo South Africa any Directorate of Agriculture Extension Services, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture, and Akabumo, Yade Farm Channel Jumedie Ebrewo, Shiami Akosia Safwa Kentibo, Asari Akoto, the Farm Channel Jumedie so, Ewa Adulti so, Yawo Debia, a free and you may know Sia Ebrewo, a copy no so, prayer. Ewa 0272 148 582, and now 0241 345 024. And 0261 248 967. Omade share mama kwaba e de ba Farm Channel Jumedie eso. Jumedie sonko a yeto asi ho a ye de adwen akuafo enkronkuma ene enuane empunto ne nkanko eso. Medin e de akosia safo akentimpo asare akoto. Farm Channel Jumedie ya ebey eye Prizex Africa, afa Ministry of Agric and Aquaculture Development and a Directorate of Agric Extension Services. Woman aso ya asene a ye de ebremo. Ene ye wonsempa bebre e wo ha ye de emaw. Asempo pan ne ye bedi hu nkomo no eye emra Omai Ghana ahyehyɛ ede ato honom efa esomnam eho adwuma ye ho ye twa eho ne yenye nkrato ye ba ye beto aso Ghana kuafo ni obi a naniji kua ho yamamuamo mo na mokoba na nya biadi semu bedi yeti Prizex Africa NGO a adwe ku adwuma ene akuafo mpunto ho woni multi TV ene syndicated capital aka bom ede na access ho a wode yentete training ama akuafo ene obi a opese wode kua eka na adwuma wo ye ho wonam training yi so be ma nimdie afose ne wosinye nanko rabbits enkrantia grass cutters ena afesomnam eye fish farming shedi twa na se eye registration no ekoso a ejesam ne say utua training fee 600 cedis ewia we na satrani nyina na yebemu aduane adi free na wo wie so a wasan achew multi TV decoder free a wontu aka prekra wo so ko register e wo Farmers Pride restaurant e wo Rollins Canteen customs head officer e wo ministries na chipe anato usika ko ADB account number 116-101-010-784-5101 wobetimi so a 0272-148-582 and 0241-345-024 entna ho eni hia na sape ubenya nimdie etimi ayekua emasiwiye Ahaye Salon Services Hair and Beauty Academy eye school sonko kra NVTI a register ne assign amayen to me na yekra international affiliation ye yentitie e wo formal any informal education no enema ye kire ni bi enie hairdressing beauty therapy barbering business and professional relations, apprenticeship, and commercial services.
Therefore, encourage everybody to come to the school because our motto reads that when you come with a dream, you are definitely going to live with a career.
Yegusua yeji nipa. Open one money bobia. Freyen was 0243 427 427 and 0243 561 773 and 0244 276-218. Email salonservicesacademy@gmail.com. Yashada ashishe salon shishe ye pabi edi amaw. Enuti bra na wada yeso emremu. Omade she mama kwaba edi ba Farm Channel Jumedie a yehie eye akuafo ekronkuma ene enuane empuntuo eho na ye dwendwen eso. Yabekwa ya sempa no so na ansana no yenkoto ne mesa abrampa a wo ye akuafo chiame ho na dabia na futuo ene ne sempa wode emaye no ene so onfantwemu na ne aka ye fanto amoso yebasisia
hemze ye shase no yaka nsembebre afa nsumunam ye ni said yeah, we quite our fast forward to me number of people and how need to be and farm raw mine. In terms of so said maybe I see now trade train you to us with you vessel monitoring systems aban de aba ye de ahyehyɛ fishing vessels no ma etimi hwɛ nyoma nipa omo kopo no omo ye de papa ne de nye papa nyina etimi monitor da de esri mu ni se wo ye papa machine endi indicate hwe ba wo ye bibi ekutia loss ne de aboze na machine indicate tina ese o se na mze fisheries no omo du achi nti no se de bia ye no ye di kan bon de ru na fe ye jama Mr. Tibu na Mr. Tibu so abeto aso no a church mama mansan na ati na em se ansa na Mr. Tibu beba no so no ye be church bibi afa pond fishing na se obe no wo ka se o adwuma ni krom beti no we se o adwuma ni krom Ghana ayede yen ka se Ghana adwude ni mum adwuma ni krom no kwan be ne ye fa so a ebetimi de aso aso ye je bibi a de atraban ne so ana se yen ankrakra so ye be boye homoden ni afa kwan bi a ebetimi de ahyehyɛ adwuma ama amansan amanfo so etimi enya biaye the sentinel ye de mu be kɔ Ashaman Fisheries Demonstration Center na Mr. Jatwa akɔkyerɛkyerɛ kwan a sɛ wo ya nkrankra na baabi a wafu wo ana sɛ baabi a wasase wo na ebe nsu a wetimi afa so na wankasa wanyɛ enam na ayɛ mfaso ama no wayi atom afei so sɛ ba sɛ opɛ onye a baabi a obenya mmo ani bi kura na wanyɛ kwan a obefa so a betu pon na wode ayɛ fisheries na ma na ayɛ fɛ nti yemze esi asempetia ti meja ma Mr. Jatwa na onu wakoye peni a wo nim de fa sade no wetimi a church mu na mansan na ati
adehman ma mejiri se wate ensem a akuafo chiame Tony Mesa Abrampa wode abrayen no na wasua bibi so e de afri mu ye bekọ yasempa a eye emra efa ensomunam eho adwuma ye eho no mu na mom ye twa eho na enye nkrato emfri yaboafo ho ye basisia aha ye Salon Services Hair and Beauty Academy eye school so kokra NVTI a register ne assign amayen to me na ye kra international affiliation ye yentitie e wo formal any informal education no ene ma ye kire ni bi enie hairdressing, beauty therapy, barbering, business and professional relations, apprenticeship, and commercial services.
Therefore, encourage everybody to come to the school because our motto reads that when you come with a dream, you are definitely going to live with a career.
Yegusua yeji nipa. Open one money bobia. Freyen was 0243 427 427 and 0243 561-773 and 0244 276 218. Email salonservicesacademy@gmail.com. Yashada ashishe salon shishe ye pabi edi amaw. Enuti bra na wada yeso emremu. Abusiafo se ne de bia ye no e wo farm channel so no. Ya ye pese ye de ensam krakra ene afutuo bi a efa kwadwuma ene mu nsensem ni nyina no ebremu ye hwemra.
Welcome to the Ashama Aquaculture Demonstration Center. Our major activity on this farm is currently fingerling production because fingerlings are very scarce and that is causing many people not to adopt fish farming. So we try to produce fingerlings, all male tilapia fingerlings on this farm and sell them to farmers at moderate price because we want to encourage fish farming as much as possible. With the fingerling production, we have about 5 steps involved. We normally stock them in concrete ponds or in harpers because we want to collect eggs and hatch them ourselves. So the first step is the selection of the matured, well-developed broodstock and pairing them in a concrete tank in a ratio of 1 male to 3 females. After 10 days, then we go in for the second step.
On the 10th day, a net is used to gather them at one place. The eggs are extracted from the females, which are already incubating eggs in their mouth. During this process, the ones with the eggs in their mouth vomit them out. The eggs are then put in a pan with clean water and then sent to the hatching room.
So you now place the eggs into whichever container you have, and you run water constantly through the eggs for 2 to 3 days. Depending on the temperature, they will hatch, and when they hatch, then you move them to a concrete or a bigger tank where you can then give them hormone treatment, and that is our step 3.
After 3 days, the eggs will then hatch and transferred to the pond already filled with clean water, and feeding starts immediately.
Oh, wealth and happiness, yes, I must confess, all must give their best.
After they have developed to fingerling size of in about 3 weeks, then we also increase the particle size, and when they grow or develop further, you increase the particle size again to a bigger size. So we have a various range of particle sizes from 0.2 mm to 6 mm.
At first we used to sell wood, but we think that we want to enter into the agri business. So we started with the tilapia. We have some, but today we decided to come and buy from you because we want the correct one. And I heard this place, if you buy from them, it becomes very big and fine. That's why we decided to come here. And ever since we start, it's good. And we want to make it very big. That is our mind.
The farmer has come to buy fingerlings, and we have counted them into polythene bags with water. So normally we inflate or bubble pure oxygen inside the water, and we plot the polythene very well so that the fish will have enough oxygen in them and the water as they are being transported to the new destination.
So pesa wonye ensomunam ibia e wo se wo fisheries mpanyifo na wo moto wo bo ase e kirekiremu e kirew ma wonya honimdie se ne be ya wo be hu kwan pa wo be fa so aya emfa wo haw bia emrew ana se unkokum emwa no. Se wo yi nkosua no e de free fish no enum a e wo se wo ya hwe yie pa etenu sei no wo be hia honimdie asa no watimi aye ne yie fish ho adwumaye no eye anika na sika nso wom asa wo do ho hyemu a wo betimi nya sika bebre e de free mu a e beboa wo ene wabusuafo nyina.
Wherever you are.
Omade share mesanemamakwa babio e de ba farm channel dwumadie eso se dem di kan e kan ye no ene ye behwe emra a ewo ensomunam eho adwumaye eho na wonu se abrabo a ye ebu bibia emra da ho na se hu emra no a eno na betimi de ye adwuma edi so na boa amane wo pese wo ye no akoye e de amawo eti ene farm channel e boa ama watimi hu emra hodo a oman no ewo e de efa ensomunam eho adwumaye no eho na watimi edi so na boa ama yensomunam ho adwumaye no so no etimi akoye eti enko na yekohwe emra no se ne esiti.
So as I've said, we began the process from the 10th of August. And prior to that, we had a lot of meetings, we had a lot of communication through writing, so that we don't spring anything on you. We prepared ourselves adequately, and then we got the process into motion. But then along the line, we realized that a very important prerequisite was not there for some of the vessels, what we call the maritime mobile service identity. It is a unique IMO number which enables vessels all over the world to be identified. All the trouble we have about this is coming from here. Exclusive economic zone is a zone under sovereign rights of a coastal state. It's a zone under sovereign rights of a coastal state. So Ghana is a sovereign nation. We make our own laws, we manage our own affairs, etc. So the space of Ghana, if you take from the north to the south in Accra and Cape Coast and things like that, where we have the land, I mean, we have the laws clearly there. If you take somebody's goat, there's, you know what will happen to you. But what about on the sea? Because the sea has been with us since time immemorial. So the exclusive economic zone is something that is coming out of UNCLOS. UNCLOS is United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. United Nations Convention of the Law of the Sea. So it means that from time immemorial, people from different places have tried to take control of the sea somehow. Historically, we know the Portuguese, the Danes, they all, one time or the other took control. They'll put their fort somewhere, they say that place belongs to them. And then they take control over the sea. So there was a whole lot of conflict here and there as to who owns the sea. So the UN in 1982 came up with this idea that yes, everybody who has land abutting the sea should have some control over the sea. So what it says is that coastal states' rights and duties in the EEZ. When I read from Article 56 of the Law of the Sea, it says sovereign rights for the purpose of exploiting, conserving, and managing the natural resources, both living and non-living, of the waters superjacent to the seabed and of the seabed and its subsoil, and with regard to other activities for the economic exploitation and exploration of the zone, such as the production of energy from the water currents and for so many things. But then the most important thing is that yes, for exploiting, not only exploiting, but conserving and managing. This is where the problems are coming from. So I managed to capture what we can call Ghana's EEZ. Ghana's EEZ, this is Ghana, or part of Ghana, southern Ghana. So we have the coastline of Ghana towards the west. But then whereas we know the border between Ghana and Ivory Coast very clearly with Togo also to the east, it is very difficult to see it on land, on the sea. So this is what the UN Convention is trying to help us to do.
Fishing, especially using trawlers and whatever, the vessels are handled by professionals. And by professionals, I mean for a couple at least should be a well-qualified navigator. If you say that the pipeline is not indicated, it is untrue. Those of you who are, actually I know that some of you are vessel owners, probably are not professional navigators, or you are not seagoing officers. But those of you who are seagoing officers, just look at the back of that chart and you see when it was printed. You are supposed, as professionals, to update your navigation charts. And so if you don't have a current chart on that alone, it's in itself is a crime. And so is supposed to have boarded you, inspected your navigation equipment, and prevented you from going to sea. 2. This pipeline is almost 600 kilometers.
It's okay. In length.
If you want to put buoys to light it up, even at kilometer interval, that's almost 600 buoys. The cheapest probably that we can stand that kind of sea exposed condition probably will not be less than $30,000. I'm not exaggerating. The few we put up at the crossings, each one cost $34,000. They are no longer there because it's the same fishermen who destroyed them. We installed 5 in Tema here, 3 in Takrady, 5 in Lumi, 8 in Kutun. As I talk today, none of them exist. We were forced to go and even take them because they became navigational hazards. I am not saying that it is wrong to install buoys or something like that, but it is the cost to line up the whole of about 700 kilometers of pipeline with buoys is almost next to impossible. It's not done anywhere in the world. And so, the point I'm trying to make is that if it is canoes and things like that, their case is understandable, but they are not even an issue. They are not preventing them from casting their nets and things like that, but they will just slide over the pipeline. They're not going to do anything. They just have small nets that takes the net down. They are not an issue. But if you are trawling and then a trawl board hooks under the pipeline, that's quite a danger, both for the vessel and for the pipeline. And so that is the point I just want to make. Probably in the course of the conversation, other things will come up. But I am willing to supply you with charts. But to put buoys, yes, we are thinking about reactivating that system, but it will not cover the whole pipeline. It's not possible. We will do it at the places that have been assessed to be more vulnerable, such as near the anchorage points, near the harbors, and things like that. But we cannot light up the whole pipeline, which is not possible at all. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Omade share ena so ha ena brebe ma ye kwan ama ye de farm channel dwumadie no asi megiri se enne no watin sempi na wasua ne ma bebre so e de afri mu a ebeboa wo ama titiru se wo ye opofuni anase ofareni a ana wo bi a ho ehye insomunam ho adwumaye emu a wobetimi ama wadwuma no etimi anya nkanko ene empuntuo emare afi se farm channel dwumadie ye de brow ya woda bia e wo Adom TV eso no osia empamu ekopem no nso enu ti ya no wafra busuafo ne adofo ama wo nyina atenase etimi ahwe programming ne aboa magana ye ku adwuma enuane ene kronkuma puntuo no so no etimi abaso asira kese enkoma Praxis Africa Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development and a Directorate of Agric Extension Services. Woman a boy, Emma, ye de farm channel dwumadie ebreo. So adwadie bia opese ebo ho daru emaw. Na omafo so ehunia wo ya. Ene bomode asa wo befre yen. E wo 0272 148 528 and afi 0241 345 024. Ya bejo so ye no be ye adwuma ama won so wani etimi agye. medin ede akosua safoa kentimpo asari akoto nyame ya adoma dasene mesan ne wahia e wo farm channel dwumadi so bye bye.